and expanding their voice in the Senate. Is now the time for serious government austerity in America? Joining us now is Emily Miller, senior editor at Human Events, and Bernard Whitman, Democratic strategist and pollster. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Bernard, what do you think? If we're going to cut taxes, we're going to have to seriously cut spending in order to not balloon the deficit. Is America ready for some serious government austerity? What do you think?
Well, I think adopting a British-style austerity program would be an absolute disaster for the economy. It would require the elimination of some 3 million public sector jobs, and that would skyrocket the unemployment rate well into the double digits, completely derail the economic recovery at a time when the private sector is certainly not capable of adding additional jobs. So if you want to stifle the nascent recovery, adopt austerity, and you will get that.
Of course, Emily, I want you to weigh in on that. I just want to note factually, the British pound is rising against the falling U.S. dollar. Britain's economy is growing twice as fast as ours, as is Germany. They both cut government spending. Go ahead, Emily. What's your take?
Well, Larry, absolutely. I mean, the only way to get our economy back on track is to cut government spending. And that's why the Republican leaders under John Boehner want to take our government spending back to the 2008 budget levels, which is otherwise known as before Obama budget levels. Before he came in, had his, quote, stimulus package, which has stimulated nothing but increased unemployment, and all his bailouts and taking over in Obamacare and all these big government programs, which has kept the recession going, or I know economists don't like the word recession, but to American people, it feels like a recession, and kept unemployment at these levels. We've gone up today, the unemployment levels, and it's great news from the White House that they're seriously considering not raising taxes on small business come January 1, which was their plan up until today.
Obama might get the Nobel Prize today. He might.
Well, he already won peace, so
right,
maybe
make
he'll
sure
get
you record
economics.
that, guys. Record it. Hey, Bernard, tell us, are you worried about these tax cuts in the face of the need for some fiscal discipline? How can we sort of work both together?
Look, I think I'm a great supporter of extending the middle-class tax cuts for 97% of Americans. That will actually put money in people's pockets. They'll go out and spend it. We simply cannot afford to cut taxes on millionaires and billionaires. That'll add another $700 billion to the deficit. And the Congressional Budget Office has shown that that is the least effective way to stimulate the economy.
Bernard, the White House talking points have changed, Bernard. The election's over. You got to get with the new talking points
I absolutely think we should decouple it. I mean, I think that we should extend the middle-class tax cuts and make those permanent.
Emily, go ahead. Get back in there.
Well, let's clarify. First of all, the liberals and the Democrats in Congress and Senate, why they're out the door and why Republicans are back in is because Americans do not want their taxes going up. They want less government. The American people have spoken. It's clear. That's why Republicans won 60 seats in a historic race. That's why Obama is stuck in his tracks. First of all, the Bush-era tax cuts are intact right now. What's going to happen on January 1st is everyone's taxes are going up. Every single American who pays taxes will see their taxes going up. Because Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi left town for the election before extending those Bush-era tax cuts. So until they start getting back in town and putting these tax cuts back in track, everyone's taxes are going up. And there's ridiculous liberal talking points about the rich tax cuts for the rich is ridiculous. 50% of those in the, quote, upper income tax brackets over $250,000 are small businesses. Those small businesses are job creators. Until we lower their taxes and they know what's going to happen and they know their taxes are not going up, those small business owners are not going to be hiring and not creating new jobs.
We're going to leave it there. All right, you all made your points. I appreciate it very much. Emily Miller, Bernard Whitman.